Hey, welcome back to the Mike on the Mike podcast. I'm your main honky DJ, Mikey D, back at it once again. And we're going to try and get through this here. I apologize, YouTube folks. I didn't charge the dang camera battery, so we're going to see if we can get through these without it dying, which is going to be fantastic. Today's an unfiltered Friday, and you know what that means. We got to hit today's
Song of the Day with DJ Mikey D.
Alright. The stupid button didn't want to work, but the song of the day, let's do our wheel spin. We got Uptown Girl, Billy Joel, Uptown Girl. The lyrics are slipping my mind. I can't even give you a nice tune of the day. Good lord, but yep, song of the day, Uptown Girl, Billy Joel. A fantastic one. Now let's get into our first story here. This is a bit of an odd one. I read the title here. It's called Man Cleared of Drunk Driving Charges because he proved that his body actually manufactures its own alcohol. I don't know what the fuck that means, but let's take a look. It's another unfortunate coincidence that he works at a brewery as well. The manslaughter says. Let's see. Belgian man gets arrested for drunk driving, but ends up acquitted because his body makes its own booze. Okay. Belgian in question was acquitted after 3 separate doctors confirmed that he does, in fact, have auto brewery syndrome, called ABS. It's a rare condition in which one's body actually produces alcohol. Also known as gut fermentation syndrome. The disorder causes the stomach's natural yeast to produce ethanol. Yes, as in the booze ingredient / alternate fuel. Though in the latter, it's also generally mixed with gasoline. It can also cause them to develop some of the symptoms of drunkenness, including slurred speech and difficult walking. The debacle began in April 2022, when, as France 24 reports, the man was pulled over twice and when subjected to breathalyzer exams was determined to have a blood alcohol level far exceeding the country's 0.22 grams per liter. He had also, as the report notes, been arrested and fined in 2019 for drunk driving, despite insisting that he hadn't had anything to drink because of this odd condition. Yeah, I've never heard of this in my life, to be honest with you. It's vanishingly rare. There have been fewer than 100 cases reported globally of this phenomenon, which does in fact make it hard to believe. I mean, I feel as if the cops here in this certain situation weren't like too crazy and thinking that he was just drinking. And as his lawyer also says, he worked in a goddamn brewery. I mean, you can't mix that facts up, you know what I'm talking about. Said that it's just another unfortunate coincidence. He also happens to work at a brewery as well. The French news outlet, meanwhile, said that the judge in the case requested that he just avoid alcohol altogether. Which isn't really going to work for him, is it? He's still going to get busted, huh? I mean, what the hell? Yeah, odd story, but we figured out what the song of the day is. Let's figure out.
What the hell's for dinner with DJ Mikey D?
You already know, let's spin the wheel. Get that going. And dinner today is fish and chips. What the heck am I? Is that bread? Is that a bread meal? Fish and chips? Is that what they say? Fish and fries? Fried fish? Fish and chips is what I'm having for dinner, man. Let's hit our second story and then we'll figure out what I'm watching as a movie tonight. Our second story is about a woman losing all of her money on an online scam, and the 74-year-old woman also robs a bank at gunpoint because of it. Let's break this down a little bit. So, Ann Mayers, 74, our person here has been scammed out of money and also owed her sister $5,000 and a friend $65,000 after the two women supplied her with loans, according to the police here. In need of cash, she decided to rob a bank at gunpoint. So let's see what's up with this. Manhunt for the individual who robbed a bank in Ohio at gunpoint earlier this week ended with the arrest of a surprising suspect, which was Ann Myers, 74, allegedly told investigators with the Fairfield Township PD that she was the person who walked into the Our Group Financial Credit Union bank. I don't know, not familiar with that bank. Demanded to tell her to turn over some of the bank's cash while brandishing a gun. Body cam footage was also taken at the time of her arrest that shows it only took Myers a few seconds to allegedly confess to it. So, point, case closed there, pretty much. She immediately tells the arresting officers, "I did whatever the hell you're here for." Good God, why would you do... Even if you... Oh, man. I feel bad for people that commit crimes and do that, because it's like, you shouldn't. But like, if you're looking to get in trouble, if you thought you were, it's not a bad. I think telling the truth at all times is good, but in this case, holy shit, I would not have said that, even if it was me. Would not have said that. The officers asked Myers to be more specific at which time of the footage shows her saying the robbery. Myers also owed her sister the $5,000. So that's what we were talking about. That she owes her sister $5,000 and another friend $65,000. That's a crazy loan. After the two women supplied her with the loans, in the aspect, some may see her as a victim. Unfortunately, Ann chose to victimize several other people in the bank by robbing it with a firearm. And I completely agree too. You can't be doing that. It sucks she owes a lot of money, but you can't be doing that to get your money. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, crazy. She's now in jail, awaiting her first court appearance, and has applied for indigent status. I'm terrible at reading that word. Claiming she can't afford a lawyer for her defense, which also sucks. But that's why she was robbing a bank. Today, no public defender has been assigned to represent her at all at this point in time. But we figured out what I'm having for dinner. Let's see what the movie is.
Let's hit the cinemas.
Spin that wheel. Tonight, I'm going to be watching The Hangover Part 2 with my fish and chips. That should be a darn good old time. And without further ado, let's wrap up the last story of the day. The camera battery, it's going down fast. We got to hit this one. Let's hit it. Mom found a jawbone in her son's rock collection 22 years later. Researchers ID'd the remains of a U.S. Marine. Oh boy. Oh my God. I'd be like, what the... Well, yeah, that probably... I could see it being mistaken as a rock. That shit can get hard after a while. More than 20 years after a mother found a human jawbone hidden in her son's rock collection, the genetic genealogy experts have unraveled the discovery and identified the partial remains of a U.S. Marine Corps captain, Leland Yeager, who died in a military training exercise in July 1951. Good damn. Over Riverside County, California. And it was found in Arizona? Something's weird here. The Ramapo College of New Jersey's Investigative Genetic Genealogy Center, which opened 2 years ago, helped identify the bone as belonging to Yeager in March, just this year. The son inherited the rocks from his grandfather, who was an avid rock collector, according to the sheriff's office in Arizona. In 2002, his mother found the collection, came across what looked to be the human remains, and contacted the sheriff's office, authorities said in a statement. Side note, so sorry, video people. It just went out, so you're not going to enjoy any awesome video the rest of this episode. I'm sorry, but we'll close out here. The sheriff's office received a human jawbone containing several teeth that officials said was likely picked up somewhere in the county through the family who found it in their son's rock collection. After a months-long laboratory process in Salt Lake City, the college's investigative genetic genealogy boot camp received the case just last July and used the profile to identify Yeager. That's insane. Imagine just getting a rock collection and you're just like, oh yeah, there's a piece of a guy in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the hell would you do? Obviously this, probably. Yeah, wild story. But those are 3 stories of the day on the Mike on the Mike podcast. I'm glad you could join us. Sorry, video people. The YouTube peeps. I need to get better at charging these goddamn batteries. I only have 2 batteries for the darn thing, so I can only charge one at a time, and yeah, I'm pretty bad at it, but we're getting there. We're getting used to the podcast now. It's been a couple months now, going hard at it, so we'll get better with time. But thank you for joining me. Otherwise, on the Mike on the Mike podcast, I'm DJ Mikey D, and I hope you have a good darn rest of the day, because I know you will. Catch you later. I'm out.